Spurs registered their first win of the season, bouncing back from that disappointing defeat against Everton to thrash Southampton by 5-2. Son with 4, Kane with 4 assists and a goal. Who was the man of the match, Stevie?
I don't know what to answer the question or question what you just said. Listen, you scored 4 goals in a game, then Son, or whoever it was, is going to get man of the match. But you said thrash Southampton. I'm not being funny. You can't say that. If you actually watch this game, if you look at the scoreline, 5 goals away from home. Wow, they must have been fantastic. I'll tell you what, this could have been 5-5. You know, Southampton, as bad defensively as they were, and as good as Son and Kane were, had they been better or had they had a little bit more luck going forward, and had Reece not made a couple of good saves, this could have been a draw. So 5-2, I think, flatters Tottenham. Yes, they were eventually, because they're overdue to score goals. You know, you can't have that much talent and not score goals. So today was one of those days that they haven't had that many of recently. But as a game, as a whole spectacle, I'll tell you, there wasn't that much in these two sides.
Do you agree, Frank?
I completely agree. I think, especially the first half, you know, and you were talking about the man of the match. You can even to consider Hugo Lloris as man of the match, especially the first half, where he saved like 3-4 times Tottenham. But it's true that Kane and Son did something fantastic. I think Kevin De Bruyne would have been very jealous of Harry Kane on some assists that he made today. But it wasn't a perfect Tottenham. It wasn't a Tottenham who dominated the game, you know, outrageously. I don't agree with that. I think it wasn't an easy win. It was a clever one, let's say, a very practical one, but not an easy one.
Craig?
But they just had to get a win, didn't they? Because they were pretty woeful against Everton, and so they just had to get a win away from home. It really wouldn't be worth my while going over everything the boys said, because it was clearly obvious. And look, if Che Adams and 1 or 2 others had been more clinical in front of goal, the story might have been different. However, it's not Tottenham's fault that Southampton made their pitch for the worst defending of 2020 award, because it was absolutely horrendous. And I mean horrendous. So Tottenham took advantage of that. I mean, Son was running into space. Harry Kane didn't even have to look on a couple of occasions. He knew he could reverse a pass, and there was acres of space to run into. So listen, Tottenham are nowhere near the finished article. We know that. But all Mourinho needed was a win. And what he got was a perfect plate handed to him with awful, awful defending.
Dan, if I can add something about that, we talked last week, and I think Stevie mentioned that, and I said too, about the body language of Son and Kane last week, where we were wondering if they wanted to stay at Spurs under Mourinho's coaching. Well, we have the answer today, where, you know, they did what they had to do. They worked hard, and they had the result that they were expecting. So I don't know if it's because of the signing of Bale that everybody is moving a little bit more. I don't know if the competition is getting a little bit stronger, and it's very why Kane and Son are doing their best. But the result is there. We found back the 2 big players that they are.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.